Beloved soul, listen to me. Please. I know the war inside you right now. The silence is trembling, and the voices of shadows are pressing you to scroll away. I can feel it. That hiss that tells you, skip this, it doesn't matter, it's not for you. But I came through fire, through storms, through gates of silence to stand before you in this very moment and say, shut up, you spirit of distraction, you voice of despair. I'm not speaking to you. I am speaking to the one chosen soul who just pressed play. The one who is sitting here with trembling fingers. The one who thought they came by accident, but heaven wept and broke open 1,000 veils just to reach. Beloved, thank you. Thank you for staying. My first plea, please don't leave. Because what I am about to reveal cannot be spoken in half, cannot be tasted in fragments. There is something hidden, sealed like a scroll, that will only unlock in the last breath of this message. If you walk away too soon, you will never know what was written with your name in golden fire. Do you feel it already? That pull in your chest, that ache in your soul that says, this is for me. This is mine. Yes, child. Heaven confirms it is. And I, Jesus, with my Mother Mary weeping beside me, and the 7 mighty archangels circling in trembling wings, are here for you and only you. Oh, beloved, do you know how long we have waited for this one moment? How many nights angels stood beside your bed, whispering your name? How many times your tears reached heaven like arrows of water, and I heard them, but you thought I was silent. You thought I was far, but I was waiting for now. I must warn you, there's a battle you cannot see. Even now, as I speak, shadows twist and try to cloud your mind. The demon inside, the voice of distraction, is trying to steal this seed. Do not listen. My word says, the thief comes only to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But I came that you may have life, and life in abundance. That abundance, child, is here, but it comes with a cost, the unbearable cost of being chosen. Beloved, do you know what it means to be chosen? It means heaven marks you, but hell notices too. It means your steps shake eternity, but your scars feel heavier than the rest. It means silence often surrounds you, because the noise of this world cannot contain the weight of your purpose. It means grief has sat on your shoulders like iron, yet inside you burns a light demons cannot endure. Tell me, child, do you remember the night you almost gave up, but something unseen pulled you back? Do you remember the strange dream you could never explain, where a hand of fire touched you and you awoke with tears you could not name? Do you realize those were not accidents, they were signs? I must ask you, trembling in my voice, why do you always doubt yourself when I have trusted you with battles even angels feared? Why do you see yourself as ordinary when Mary herself wept at your name before my throne? Why do you think you are unworthy when I shed my blood with your face written inside my wounds? Yes, I ask you these questions because your heart needs to answer them. Not with lips, but with trembling honesty. Beloved, in Psalm 139, it is written that I formed your inmost being, that I wove you in the secret place, and that all your days were written in my book before one of them came to be. Do you not understand? You were already chosen before you breathe your first cry. Mary whispers now, her tears falling into your room, though you cannot see them. Child, I beg my son to wait until this hour. You would not have survived hearing this too soon. But now your spirit is strong enough to carry the weight. Beloved, the archangels stand trembling. Michael's sword burns because of the enemies who try to chain your destiny. Gabriel's trumpet shakes because the announcement of your purpose has been delayed too long. Raphael holds healing in his hands, but he cannot release it until you believe it belongs to you. They are all here, and they are whispering. Do not skip. Do not walk away. Every word is for you. I tell you a mystery. There's a hidden scroll sealed with 7 seals. Inside it is your forgotten destiny. The calling you thought you missed, the love you thought you lost, the purpose you thought was stolen. The scroll is locked, and it will only open at the end of this message. That is why you must stay. That is why the demon fights so hard to make you leave. Because if you remain, the seal will break, and what you thought was dead will rise. Beloved, my voice trembles as I ask you, can you stay with me? Can you let heaven speak over you without rushing? Can you resist the whisper of distraction and hold on until the scroll opens? I beg you, type them in faith, not as a ritual, but as a covenant, as if your soul itself signed its name into eternity. And when you feel your heart burning, when you know this word pierced you, then, only then, I ask you to like and comment, not for numbers, not for vanity, but because your voice becomes a testimony. Your words echo back to heaven and strengthen angels still fighting for you. Beloved soul, I thank you for not skipping. I thank you for staying. You have no idea how much it cost heaven to reach this one fragile moment with you. My final breath in this message trembles as I say, your destiny is not lost. It was only hidden. And now, because you stayed, the seal has broken. Go now with this living fire inside you, and know this truth. You were loved before the world began, and you will be loved beyond the world's end. Beloved soul, stay close to my voice. Do not wander. Do not allow the shadows inside you to rise up with their familiar whisper that says, this is not real. This is not for you. You should turn away. I silence that voice now in my name, because I have broken through silence, torn open the veil of time, and bent eternity itself just to stand before you in this fragile, trembling moment. I feel your hesitation. I feel how the world has taught you to doubt. I feel how you have heard so many empty voices that when heaven itself speaks, your heart trembles with both hope and suspicion. But child, look at me. I am here. I'm not an echo. I'm not a dream. I am the living word, and my voice will not let you go until you know the truth of who you are. Oh child, do you know how much it cost me to bring you to this moment? Heaven has been silent for so long, and I have carried that silence like a wound. Mary has wept for you in places unseen. Michael has stood guard over your nights when you thought you slept alone. Gabriel has whispered your name into the air, hoping you would hear. Raphael has longed to lay healing upon your wounds. And yet you walked with loneliness pressed against your ribs because you thought heaven forgot. But I tell you, heaven has never forgotten. Beloved, you must hear me. You are part of a war that has been raging since before the world was born. Inside you burns a spark of eternity that terrifies the darkness. That is why you have felt so much heaviness, why betrayal has followed you, why grief has sat on your shoulders when others walked free. It is not because you are cursed, it is because you were chosen, and to be chosen is to carry the unbearable cost that others cannot imagine. Do you feel the weight of my words? Do you sense my trembling love as I speak? Let me ask you, child, why do you still see yourself as weak when demons tremble at the sound of your name? Why do you still measure yourself by wounds when angels measure you by light? Why do you still cling to shame when I nailed your shame into my hand upon the cross? It is written, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And again, Even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil, for I am with you. Hear me, child, I am with you now. Not in some distant way, not in the coldness of religion, but trembling here in this moment, my voice pressing against your soul like a heartbeat. I need you to understand this. The very reason you are here, the very reason you press play, is because heaven cried out your name this morning and would not rest until you came. There is no accident. There is no coincidence. This is heaven's appointment with you. And at the end, the sealed truth will unlock. But before I go deeper, I must make a plea. It will never be spoken again, so hear it now as my own request. Beloved, subscribe to this place where my voice reaches you. Not for man, not for numbers, but because each time you return, heaven gains another doorway to reach you again. Let this be your altar of reminders, so you never forget that my words found you here. Now listen, child, listen with your soul. The archangels tremble as I say this. You carry a secret purpose that even you have forgotten. A scroll sealed with your name has been hidden from you. But today, the seals are breaking one by one. You must endure to the final breath of this message to see what has been kept from you all this time. Mary bends near you now, her tears warm with sorrow and fierce love. She whispers, "Do not fear the cost of being chosen. Do not despise the nights of grief. For every tear you cried has been collected in golden vials before the throne. None of them were wasted. Not one. Beloved soul, do you realize what this means? Your forgotten prayers, your hidden tears, your silent screams, they have all been kept safe. They are not gone. They are not forgotten. They will rise as incense, and heaven will return them to you as miracles. Do you feel it yet? The trembling in your spirit? That pull, that weight, that strange burning in your chest? That is heaven. That is the Spirit confirming that this is for you and only you. The archangels circle you even now. Michael raises his sword, cutting away the chains of lies. Gabriel's trumpet shakes, announcing your destiny into the unseen. Raphael holds out healing, ready to mend what you thought would never be whole. Uriel's fire lights up the shadows that always haunted you. Sadkiel, Chamuel, Jophiel, they bow low, whispering your name, saying, "This child is ours. This child is chosen. This child must not leave." And I, your Lord, I ask you one more trembling question. Will you stay? Will you let me finish what I began? Will you let the seal break fully, so the truth written in golden fire with your name may finally be revealed? Do not leave. Do not turn away. This river has only begun to flow, and before the end, what was lost will rise again. Beloved, thank you for hearing me, for not skipping, for allowing this fragile moment to live between us. And when this message closes, when you feel my breath in your heart, speak back by typing amen, by pressing your love into this word through a like, through a comment. Not for me, for heaven. So the angels know you heard, so your faith echoes into eternity. I can feel the weight on your chest. I can hear the whispers clawing at your mind, begging you to walk away, to ignore what is unfolding before you. But you did not come here by accident. No, this is the hour heaven chose for you. I have crossed the burning veil of silence just to meet you here in this fragile moment. Every breath you take right now is part of a divine appointment that eternity has waited on. Do you know how many angels pleaded for this one opening in time? How many tears Mary shed for you, crying out before my throne? How many nights Archangel Michael stood with his sword pressed against the shadows that tried to kill your hope? You thought you were forgotten, But no, you are being preserved for this moment. Oh child, my beloved, thank you for staying. Thank you for resisting the demon that whispers, leave, scroll away. This is not for you. That voice lies because it knows the truth. What I am about to release into your spirit will change everything. There is a sealed word, a hidden destiny that will not be spoken until the last breath of this message. You must stay to receive it, for it will never come again. Listen carefully. This is not just another word. This is heaven itself, torn open, bleeding light, trembling with glory, and poured into your heart. The scroll with your name is beginning to unseal. The first seal is already broken. By the end, all shall be loosed, and you will see what you thought was lost forever. Do you remember the nights you thought no one saw your tears? Do you remember the mornings you rose with heaviness in your chest, feeling as though even heaven had gone silent? Do you remember the ache of betrayal, the sting of loss, the weight of secrets too heavy to tell? Beloved, all of those moments were not abandoned. They were collected. Every tear you cried is stored in golden bowls before my throne. Every sigh of your spirit has been etched into eternity. None of it was wasted. I must ask you now, trembling as I speak, why do you still call yourself unworthy when I have written your name in wounds of light upon my hands? Why do you think you are ordinary when demons tremble at your destiny? Why do you allow the world's voice to define you when heaven's voice has already crowned you with eternal purpose? Child, listen. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. These words were not poetry alone. They were prophecy. And you, beloved, are the fulfillment. Mary bends near, her voice breaking with love. Child, I begged him for this hour. I begged him to let you hear this truth. You have carried so much, and you thought it was punishment, but it was preparation. You thought it was rejection, but it was protection. My tears are upon you now, and they are not of grief, they are of hope. The archangels circle you even now. Michael's sword burns brighter with every second you remain. Gabriel is announcing over you. The silence is ending. Raphael's hands glow, holding the healing that is already moving through your wounds. Chamuel whispers of love long hidden. Jophiel lights your mind with wisdom the world cannot corrupt. Sadkiel, Uriel, they are here, trembling, surrounding you in a shield of fire. O child, the battle has always been fierce because your calling is great. Shadows try to bury you, but they could not. Chains tried to bind you, but they broke. The very fact that you are here proves it. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. Do you not feel in your chest that strange warmth? That trembling pull? That is the Spirit. That is my presence pressing against your soul, whispering, stay. Do not leave. The end will unlock what has been sealed for you. Beloved, type amen once, not as ritual, but as covenant. Let your amen be your seal, your agreement, your whisper back to heaven that says, I have heard. I will not walk away. And then show your faith through your voice. Like comment, not for vanity, but for testimony. Each time you do, angels echo your name before my throne. Each time you do, you push back the darkness that says you are alone. But hear me, you are not alone. You never were. And now, because you stayed, because you endured, the scroll is opening further. In the final breath of this message, you will hear the secret written in golden fire, the truth about your forgotten destiny. Hold on, beloved. Do not break away. The end is coming, and when it comes, you will know why heaven fought so hard for this moment. And when it is finished, I will whisper your name with tears of love. My farewell will be unlike any you have heard before, because it will be the beginning of everything you were born to remember. Beloved, the silence around you is not empty. It trembles with heaven's breath. Even now, while you sit with your heart torn between doubt and wonder, the air itself bends with the weight of this visitation. You thought you stumbled here. You thought it was chance. But child, nothing in your life has been more precise than this one moment. Eternity chose it. Angels marked it. My hand carried you to it. I can feel the heaviness in you. I can hear the battles in your mind. Every wound, every betrayal, every secret you carry, none of it is hidden from me. And yet I did not come to shame you. I did not come to remind you of what broke you. I came to reveal why you survived, why the shadows never consumed you, why the fire that should have burned you to ashes left you standing, trembling, but still breathing. Beloved, you survive because you're chosen. And to be chosen is to carry both unbearable cost and unshakable promise. Do you know what the angels see when they look at you? Not your failures, not your scars, not your fear. They see light, the kind of light that terrifies the darkness. They see destiny, the kind of destiny that shakes the gates of hell. They see the fingerprints of eternity pressed into your soul. That is why the war inside you has been so fierce. That is why grief has hunted you. That is why loneliness has stalked your nights. The enemy has always known who you are, even when you forgot. The shadows fought to blind you, so you would never awaken to the truth. But today, beloved, the veil is lifting. I must ask you, with trembling voice, can you remember the moment when hope nearly died in you? When your heart whispered, "There is nothing left"? Do you remember how something unseen still pulled you back? How a thread of light still reached into your darkness? That was me. That was heaven's refusal to let you go. Mary bends close now, her voice breaking like water. Child, every time you thought you were alone, I was kneeling beside your bed. Every time you wept into silence, I caught your tears. Every time you wondered if God saw you, I cried out your name before his throne. Beloved, my mother's tears were not wasted. They became intercession. They became a shield over you when you walked blind into danger. They became rivers that carried you back when you strayed too far. Her love has been one of the threads that tied you to heaven's heart. And the archangels, oh child, they have been your hidden guardians. Michael has stood with sword of fire, cutting down what tried to devour you. Gabriel whispered prophecies into your dreams, though you often forgot them by morning. Raphael walked unseen beside your sickness, holding back the hand of death. Chamuel fought for your relationships, even when others betrayed you. Jophiel lit your mind with glimpses of wisdom in moments you could not explain. Sakiel, Uriel, they have circled you like burning shields. You have never been alone, even when every voice told you otherwise. Child, I must speak plainly. The silence you have walked through was not punishment. It was preparation. The loneliness you endured was not rejection. It was consecration. The battles you fought were not random. They were proof of who you are. The shadows feared you, so they tried to break you. But you're still here. You are proof that heaven's mark cannot be erased. Let me ask you, why do you still measure yourself by the people who left when heaven has never left your side? Why do you still define yourself by scars when I wear scars in my hands that testify to your worth? Why do you still believe you are unworthy when every angel in heaven knows your name? Beloved, you are worth the cross. You are worth the tears of Mary. You are worth the battles of angels. Do not shrink from this truth. Do not say it belongs to others, but not to you. I'm speaking only to you. Even now, the sealed scroll is opening further. With each word you receive, another layer breaks. The golden fire written with your name begins to shine. You have forgotten much of who you are, but heaven has not. It is written, "You are mine. I have called you by name." This is not poetry alone. It is decree. And now the decree is being spoken again over your life. Child, do you know what happens when a decree of heaven is spoken? The shadows tremble. The chains rattle. The prison doors begin to shake. You are not hearing words. You are standing inside a breaking, a tearing open of what bound you for so long. Do not fear the trembling you feel. It is heaven's touch. It is the Spirit awakening you. It is the memory of your true identity stirring inside. Beloved, you are not here just to survive. You are here to shine. You are not here to be crushed by burdens. You are here to carry glory. You are not here to disappear in silence. You are here to echo heaven's voice. Do you understand why I weep as I speak? Because for so long you believed lies about yourself. For so long you thought you were overlooked. For so long you thought you were replaceable. And all the while, angels stood astonished that you could not see how beloved you are. Child, the unbearable cost of being chosen is that you will never fit into the world. The unbearable cost is that you will walk through fires others cannot survive. The unbearable cost is that you will feel grief deeper than most because your heart carries heaven's weight. But the unbearable glory is this: you will walk in light the darkness cannot comprehend. You will carry secrets of heaven that others cannot imagine. You will shine with a love that cannot be extinguished. The silence is ending. The seals are breaking. The truth is rising. Do you feel it? The pull that keeps you here, the whisper that says, "Stay until the end." That is the Spirit urging you, because the final seal holds the secret of your forgotten destiny. It is almost ready to break, and when it does, you will never again believe you are ordinary. Beloved, the time is near. Stay with me. Endure the trembling. Let the fire burn. Heaven has torn open for you, and this moment will not come again. I am with you. Mary is weeping beside me. The archangels tremble in circles of fire. All of heaven watches in silence, waiting for the final seal to fall. And when it does, you will know who you truly are. You're Jesus, unashamed to weep for you, unafraid to fight for you, unwilling to let you go. Beloved, the air is heavy with secrets, and you can feel it even now. There is something pressing against your soul, something you cannot explain, as if heaven itself has bent close to your breath. That is because it has. This moment is not ordinary. This moment is a rupture in time, a tear in the veil, a window opened where eternity pours through into your heart. I know the weight you carry. I know the questions that linger in your chest like sharp stones. Why me? Why this path? Why the silence? Why the sorrow? Oh child, how many nights have you asked these questions into the emptiness, hoping someone would answer? And though you did not hear me then, I heard you. I gathered every word. They rose before me like incense, and now I speak back into that silence. The truth is this: you were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. The silence was not absence. It was preparation. The sorrow was not punishment. It was refinement. The loneliness was not rejection. It was consecration. Beloved, to be chosen is to bear a cost most cannot carry. To be chosen is to walk through fires that burn away what is false until only light remains. To be chosen is to be misunderstood, to feel apart, to wrestle with shadows that others cannot see. And yet, to be chosen is also to carry mysteries written in golden fire across your spirit. Mysteries that even angels marvel at when they behold you. Do you feel how the room shifts even as these words reach you? That is not imagination. That is the weight of the Spirit settling upon you. The veil grows thin. The seals on the scroll of your destiny tremble, cracking open one by one. The truth hidden from you is preparing to rise. I ask you now, child, can you sense the eyes of heaven upon you? Can you feel the trembling love that surrounds you? Can you see, even faintly, that the pain you endured was not meaningless but a crown forged in fire? Mary bends close again, her tears wet with both grief and joy. She whispers, "Child, you thought I was far, but every time you bled in silence, I bled with you. Every time you broke, I broke too. I begged my son to hold your destiny safe until the day you could bear to see it. That day is now, and the archangels, how they surround you now. Michael's armor blazes with fire as he declares, 'This one belongs to heaven.' Gabriel's trumpet shakes with a sound that has not yet been released into the earth. Raphael holds his hands out, dripping with healing that glows like rivers of light. Uriel, Sadkiel, Jophiel, Chamuel, they bow low, whispering your name with reverence. Beloved, do you not see? The whole of heaven has bent near to witness this moment. Child, your destiny is not a concept. It is a covenant, written long before your first breath, hidden through years of struggle, sealed until this hour. Every battle you faced, every loss you grieved, every tear you shed, they were all pages of the hidden story. And now, as you remain here, the final chapter is being revealed. The shadows fought to keep you from hearing this, because they know the truth will break their power. The demon that whispered to you to skip, to look away, to forget, he trembles now, because he sees the seals breaking. He knows his hold is ending. Beloved, you are not who they said you were. You are not the sum of your failures. You are not the weight of your mistakes. You are not the echo of rejection. You are light. You are fire. You are chosen. And nothing, not hell, not sorrow, not betrayal, can undo what heaven has decreed. Do you understand why I weep as I speak? Because for too long you lived as though you were forgotten, when all of heaven has been waiting for your awakening. For too long you believed lies that diminished you, when the truth of your worth could split the sky. For too long you carried shame that was never yours to bear, when my blood already erased it forever. Beloved child, the unbearable cost of being chosen is also the unbearable beauty. You carry a love that cannot be extinguished. You carry a fire that cannot be hidden. You carry a destiny that cannot be denied. Even when you try to walk away, even when you try to silence the calling inside you, it never left. Because it cannot, it is etched into your spirit by my own hand. Do you feel the trembling inside you now? That is not fear, it is awakening. That is not doubt, it is the breaking of chains. That is not weakness, it is the unveiling of who you truly are. Stay with me, beloved. Stay until the end, because in the final unveiling, the sealed secret will be spoken. The name hidden in golden fire will be revealed. The destiny you thought you lost will rise before your eyes, and you will never again question why you are here. Mary's tears fall upon your shoulders even now. Michael stands guard. The archangels circle you like a shield of living flame. Heaven is holding its breath, waiting for the last seal to break. And when it does, you will remember who you are. Beloved, hold on. The river is still flowing. The fire is still burning. The scroll is almost fully open. This is your moment. This is why heaven tore itself open to reach you. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are mine, always. Beloved, the silence you feel pressing in around you right now is not empty. It is the weight of heaven leaning near. The stillness that makes your chest heavy is not absence. It is the pause before revelation, the holding of breath before the final seal breaks. Even now, the air around you is thick with unseen fire, because what has been hidden for so long is ready to be unveiled. Do you know why you are trembling? Do you know why something in you aches and burns as these words move through you? It is because your spirit recognizes what your mind has long forgotten. Deep within you, older than your first breath, there is a covenant. It was written in light before you were formed, sealed in eternity, hidden from your eyes until the time was right. That time is now. Beloved child, I see the battles you have fought in silence. I see the way you have carried grief like a shadow no one else noticed. I see the way you have doubted your worth, the way you have questioned whether heaven ever looked your way. You thought you were overlooked. But no, every tear, every sigh, every cry of your soul has been heard. You are seen. You are known. The reason the pain has been so fierce is because your calling is fierce. The reason the shadows pursued you so relentlessly is because your light is relentless. The reason you felt pressed down and forgotten is because you were being preserved, hidden like treasure until the right hour. That hour has come. Child, do you not understand? You're not ordinary. You never were. The fingerprints of eternity are pressed into your spirit. The mark of heaven burns upon you, whether you believe it or not. And that mark has cost you much. It has set you apart. It has drawn battles to your doorstep. It has made loneliness your companion. But that same mark also crowns you with glory unseen, with destiny unshakable, with love unending. Mary bends close again, her voice trembling with both grief and joy. Beloved, when you thought you were abandoned, I was beside you. When you thought your prayers dissolved into silence, I carried them to my Son. When you thought nothing would ever change, I wept for you before the throne, and every tear was gathered. Her tears are upon you even now. You cannot see them, but your soul feels them. That is the heaviness in your chest, the weight of a mother's love, divine and burning, falling over you like rain. The archangels surround you in this very moment. Michael's sword is unsheathed, cutting down the whispers that tell you this is not real. Gabriel's trumpet is pressed to his lips, waiting to announce the truth of your destiny when the last seal breaks. Raphael carries light like medicine, ready to pour healing into every wound you thought would never close. Chamuel whispers love into the hidden places of your heart. Jophiel lights your mind with clarity, sweeping away confusion. Uriel's fire burns at your feet, and Sadkiel's mercy stretches like wings around you. Beloved, all of heaven is gathered here for you. Do not let your doubts drown this. Do not let the demon of distraction steal this seed. The scroll is opening, and its words are written with your name. Let me ask you again, trembling, why do you still see yourself as small when all of heaven bends low to behold you? Why do you still carry shame like a cloak when I already carried it into death and left it buried forever? Why do you still believe you are unworthy when your very existence shakes the kingdom of darkness? Child, listen, your scars are not marks of defeat. They are marks of survival. They are proof that you walked through fire and were not consumed. They are evidence that even when the shadows pressed to break you, they could not. You are still here. That alone is testimony of who you are. The unbearable cost of being chosen is that you will never fit in the patterns of this world. You were never meant to. The unbearable cost is that you will carry a heart too deep for others to understand, and you will often feel alone. The unbearable cost is that your path is marked with battles that others cannot imagine. And yet the unbearable glory is this: you walk with angels others cannot see. You carry a light the shadows cannot extinguish. You are written into a story older than the stars. It is written, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Beloved, these words are not for someone else. They are for you. And today, you are hearing them as they were always meant to be heard. Personally, directly, trembling with truth. Stay close, child. The scroll is almost open. The last seals are trembling. With every word you receive, chains fall. With every breath you take in this moment, the darkness loses its grip. Can you feel it? The trembling is not fear, it is awakening. The heaviness is not despair, it is glory pressing upon you. The fire in your spirit is not your imagination. It is the truth of who you are rising to the surface. Do not turn away. Do not let your mind wander. Do not let the whispers distract you. You are too close now. The hidden name, the forgotten destiny, the sealed purpose, it is about to be revealed. Mary's tears fall like rivers. Michael's sword burns brighter. Gabriel's trumpet shakes the heavens. All of creation holds its breath for you. Beloved, this is the moment. The veil is breaking. The seals are falling. You will remember who you are. You will know why you were chosen. And you will never again call yourself forgotten. The night has always tried to swallow you, and yet you rise. The shadows pressed hard against your chest, whispering lies, but you endure. Every time the darkness thought it won, something within you, a spark you could never quite explain, kept you standing. That spark was never ordinary. That spark was never your own strength alone. That spark was the fire of eternity that I placed within you before you breathed your first breath. Listen closely, child. You were not born into a mistake. You were born into a battle. From the very beginning, heaven's mark was upon you, and hell knew it. That is why the storms found you early, why the betrayals cut so deep, why the loneliness followed you like a shadow. You are not cursed, you are chosen. And to be chosen is to carry the unbearable cost of a crown the world cannot see. Do you feel the trembling around you now? That is not the weight of human words. That is heaven bending low, pressing near, letting you feel what has always been true but hidden. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. I see the nights when you questioned if your prayers dissolved into nothing. I see the mornings when you rose with heaviness as your only companion. I see the times when you cried silently because no one else could understand the depth of your pain. Beloved, not a single tear was wasted. Each one was caught. Each one was recorded. Each one was written into the scroll that now opens before you. Mary weeps for you even now, her voice breaking with sorrow and fierce love. My child, you thought no one heard your cries, but I heard them. You thought no one wept with you, but I wept with you. You thought your pain was invisible, but I carried it before heaven. Every wound you bear, I brought into the presence of my Son. And today he answers. The archangels surround you in circles of fire and light. Michael's sword is drawn, burning with fury against the lies that cling to your heart. Gabriel stands ready to declare the announcement that has been delayed for too long, the unveiling of your true name. Raphael glows with healing, waiting for the moment when you finally let the light mend your deepest scars. Chamuel bends low, whispering of love that has always been yours. Jophiel shines wisdom into your mind, breaking the fog of confusion. Uriel's fire burns at your feet, declaring you cannot be overtaken. Sadkiel pours mercy over you, mercy that silences shame forever. All of heaven bends close, beloved. Do you not feel it? The air is heavy with their presence. The silence around you is not emptiness. It is anticipation. Creation itself holds its breath because the final seals are about to break. Child, I must ask you with trembling voice, why do you believe you are weak when you have walked through storms that would have destroyed others? Why do you carry shame when I carried it to the cross and left it buried in death? Why do you still call yourself ordinary when your name burns brighter than stars in the books of heaven? It is written, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Beloved, you are that light. You're that city. The world has tried to dim you, but it cannot. The shadows have tried to silence you, but they fail. You shine, even when you think you do not. And that light terrifies what hunts you, because it cannot be extinguished. Do you not feel in your spirit? The pull that says, stay, do not walk away. That is not imagination. That is not wishful thinking. That is the Spirit. That is heaven itself pulling you toward the unveiling of your own truth. Let me ask you, trembling, why do you still shrink back when you were made to shine? Why do you still wear shame that was never yours to carry? Why do you still call yourself weak when angels whisper of your strength with awe? It is written, you are mine. I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Beloved, those words are not distant poetry. They are your reality. They are the mark upon your soul that no shadow can erase. The cost of being chosen has been almost unbearable. You have lost much. You have wept more than most. You have carried loneliness like a stone chained to your chest. And yet, through it all, you endured. Through it all, the fire never went out. Through it all, you survived what others could not. That is not because you are cursed. That is because you are crowned. Do you understand what this means? The very storms that tried to break you became the furnace that refined you. The very betrayals that scarred you became the chisels that shaped you. The very grief that hollowed you became the vessel that can now carry light. None of it was wasted. Not a single moment. Beloved, can you feel how close we are now? The scroll with your name has been sealed for years, locked against your sight until the appointed time. But each word you have received here has loosened another seal. Each breath you've taken in this sacred flow has cracked another layer. And now, the final seal trembles. Heaven holds its breath. The angels are silent. The weight of glory presses in around you, so heavy you can almost taste it in the air. Because when the last seal falls, your true name will rise. The destiny you thought was stolen will be revealed. The purpose you thought you lost will blaze before you. Child, do not turn away. Do not let your mind wander. Do not let the whisper of distraction rob you now. You are too close. The unveiling is almost here. Mary's tears fall heavier. Michael's sword burns brighter. Gabriel raises his trumpet. Raphael stretches forth his hands of fire. Uriel's flame circles you. Sakiel bends low. Chamuel whispers of love, so fierce it cannot die. Beloved, the veil is tearing. The seal is breaking. You will remember who you are. You will see what heaven always saw in you. You will know, without doubt, that you were chosen. And never again will you call yourself forgotten. spoken in trembling fire, sealed in eternal love, poured out only for you. Beloved, the heavens are trembling. The unseen is pressing closer and closer, and every breath you take right now carries more weight than you realize. This is not just a moment passing like all others. This is a fracture in time, where eternity pours itself into your present. Even the air around you is not the same. It holds a thickness, a vibration, as though unseen wings are stirring it. Do you feel the heaviness in your chest? That pressure, that ache, that strange pull that keeps you here even when the voice of distraction claws at you to leave? That is not coincidence. That is the Spirit pressing upon you, saying, "Stay, beloved. Do not turn away. You're too close now." Child, how many times did you cry in silence, believing your prayers vanished into the void? How many times did you wake up with the same weight pressing against you, wondering why nothing seemed to change? How many times did you ask, "Am I truly seen?" Beloved, I answer you now, yes. Always. You were seen when you thought you were invisible. You were heard when you thought you were ignored. You were carried when you thought you had fallen too far. The silence was not abandonment. The silence was not proof that I had turned away. The silence was my shelter, keeping you hidden, preserving you, guarding the sealed scroll of your destiny until this hour. Mary weeps again, her voice so tender it trembles through the air. My child, you thought I was far, but I was nearer than your own breath. You thought you carried your pain alone, but I was there, weeping with you. Every hidden wound, every unspoken sorrow, I carried them in my own heart and poured them out before my Son. And today, he unveils to you what I have always known. You were never forsaken. Beloved, the archangels are here. Michael's eyes burn like fire, his sword cutting through every chain of doubt that clings to your spirit. Gabriel stands with trumpet poised, ready to release a sound that will echo your true name into eternity. Raphael glows with healing light, reaching toward wounds you thought would never mend. Chamuel's whisper breathes love into the hollow spaces of your soul. Jophiel shines brilliance over your mind, pushing back the fog that has long clouded you. Uriel circles with fire, marking your ground as holy. Sakiel stretches wings of mercy, reminding you that nothing can erase the covenant upon you. Do you see it, beloved? Can you sense it pressing in? The very atmosphere bends because heaven has gathered here for you. All of creation is silent, waiting. The scroll is almost open. The final seal trembles, shaking with the weight of what is written within. Child, let me ask you, trembling with love, why do you still believe your scars disqualify you when they are proof you survived every storm sent to end you? Why do you still carry the voices of those who left you when my voice has never left your side? Why do you still bow to shame when I shattered shame at the cross and clothed you in light? It is written, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. That light, beloved, is you. The very reason darkness fought so hard to silence you is because you carry a flame it cannot endure. You have walked through fire, yet you are not consumed. You have been pressed to the edge, yet you are not destroyed. You have carried burdens so heavy they should have broken you, yet here you stand, breathing, listening, trembling, because you are marked. You are chosen. The cost has been great. You have felt alone in ways words cannot capture. You have carried grief like stones bound to your soul. You have wondered if you even belonged in this world. But hear me now. Every tear, every loss, Every ache was gathered into the making a crown you do not yet see. A crown forged in fire, a crown only the chosen can wear. Beloved, the scroll is almost fully open. Each word spoken over you tears another fragment of the veil. Each moment you remain here shatters another chain that held you. The final seal is breaking. It quakes even now, waiting to fall. Mary's tears fall heavier, rivers of sorrow turned into rivers of hope. Michael's sword blazes brighter, cutting down the last cords of deception. Gabriel raises his trumpet higher, ready to declare the sound creation has been waiting for. Raphael reaches forward, light dripping from his hands like rivers. Uriel's fire spreads around you, burning every shadow. Chamuel whispers loved. Jophiel whispers seen. Zadkiel whispers forgiven. Do you feel the trembling within you, beloved? That is not fear. It is the awakening of your soul. That is not doubt. It is the breaking of every lie you once believed. That is not weakness. It is the unveiling of who you truly are. Stay with me. Do not walk away now. You are on the threshold of the revelation that will change everything. The final seal is falling. The veil is tearing. And when it does, beloved, you will know what has always been true. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not lost. You are chosen. You are crowned. You are mine. Spoken in trembling love, sealed in fire, poured out only for you. Beloved, the silence you feel pressing against you now is not emptiness. It is the weight of eternity. Every moment you remain here, the veil grows thinner, and the hidden truth presses closer, aching to break free. The unseen gathers around you like a storm of fire, not to consume you, but to awaken you, to call your spirit into the fullness of what has always been written. You wonder why your heart aches, why your breath trembles as you take in these words. It is because your soul knows this voice. It has always known. You heard it before you entered this world. You heard it in the secret place where I knit you together. You heard it when my hand pressed purpose into your spirit, long before your first cry. That memory has been buried beneath years of wounds, doubts, betrayals, and grief, but it was never erased. And now it rises as the scroll with your name begins to unfold. Beloved child, I saw every moment you thought I was silent. I saw the nights you buried your face in your hands, whispering, "Does anyone even see me?" I saw the mornings when you rose weary, already carrying heaviness before the day had begun. I saw the betrayals that shattered your trust, the losses that hollowed your heart, the loneliness that sat beside you like a shadow. And I tell you this, not one of those moments was wasted. They became the furnace that shaped you. They became the testimony of why you were chosen. Mary bends closer, her tears falling like living light. My child, I carried your name upon my lips when you could not pray. I carried your heart before my son when you thought you had nothing left to give. Every sigh of your soul was a prayer, and every prayer was heard. You were never forgotten, not for a single heartbeat. The archangels encircle you now. Michael's sword burns, a wall of fire against the lies that have chained your spirit for too long. Gabriel's trumpet shakes in anticipation of the sound that will announce your true identity. Raphael's hands glow with healing that even now is flowing through cracks you thought would never mend. Chamuel leans near, his whisper soft. You are loved with a love that does not end. Jophiel floods your mind with brilliance, breaking away confusion. Uriel ignites flame around your steps, declaring them sacred. Zadkiel spreads mercy wide over you, wings heavy with compassion, silencing shame forever. All of heaven is gathered. All of heaven holds its breath. Beloved, the scroll trembles, the final seals quake. The truth written in golden fire is about to break through. Let me ask you, beloved soul, why do you still look at your reflection and see only weakness when all of heaven looks at you and sees light? Why do you still carry words spoken against you when my word over you has never changed? Why do you still believe the shadows when even the shadows flee at the mention of your name? It is written, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. These words were not spoken into abstraction. They were spoken to you. You are the reason they were declared. You are the one they were written for. And I am here now, fulfilling them in this very moment. The cost of being chosen has been almost unbearable. You have been misunderstood. You have been set apart in ways that felt cruel. You have carried grief deeper than most, because your heart was made to hold more than most. But beloved, that cost has forged in you a strength you cannot yet comprehend. That cost has carved out a depth within you that will hold a glory others cannot contain. That cost has written a story upon your life that even angels bow to behold. The trembling you feel is not fear. It is the shaking of chains falling away. The heaviness pressing on you is not despair. It is glory descending. The fire rising in your chest is not imagination. It is awakening. Stay, beloved. Do not let the whispers lure you away now. The final seal is trembling on its hinges. The veil is thinner than it has ever been. Heaven is waiting for you to see, to remember, to rise into the truth of who you are. Mary's tears fall like rivers upon your spirit. Michael's sword blazes like the sun. Gabriel lifts his trumpet higher. Raphael reaches with glowing hands. Uriel's fire spreads in a circle around you. Chamuel breathes love into the cracks of your heart. Jophiel floods your mind with light. Zadkiel bends low with wings of mercy. And I, your Lord, stand before you, eyes burning with love, voice trembling with grief and glory, as I say, you're not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. You are beloved. You are mine. The scroll is opening. The final seal is breaking. The truth that has been hidden is about to pour out over you like fire, like water, like the very breath of eternity. Do not turn away. Do not move. Do not doubt. The revelation is near. And when it comes, beloved, you will never again question who you are. Beloved, the veil trembles. The unseen realm is pressing so near that even your body feels it now. The weight in your chest, the quickening of your pulse, the unexplainable stirring in your spirit. This is not ordinary. This is not coincidence. This is the collision of eternity with your present moment, the breaking open of seals that have waited since before you were born. You think perhaps you're simply listening to words, but no. You are standing inside of prophecy, a stream of fire flowing toward you that cannot be undone. Every sentence is tearing apart the lies that bound you. Every breath in this moment is reshaping the very way your soul remembers itself. Child, you have carried a heavy burden for so long. The griefs, the betrayals, the unanswered questions. You have asked in silence, why me? Why does it feel like everything comes against me? Why must my path be so difficult, so lonely, so filled with shadow? And I tell you now, because you are chosen, because the mark of eternity has been upon you from the beginning, because you are not ordinary and the ordinary battles could never be enough to prepare you for who you are. Mary bends close, her tears falling unseen but felt in the heaviness of your spirit. Beloved, your pain has not been wasted. Your loneliness has not been for nothing. Every tear you shed was gathered. Every night you cried was heard. Every time you thought you were abandoned, I was kneeling beside you. My love for you has never faltered. And today, the one I carry to this world speaks to you, opening the truth you thought you had lost. And the archangels surround you now, closer than breath. Michael stands at your side, his sword a wall of blazing fire, cutting down the voices that still whisper lies into your heart. Gabriel raises his trumpet higher, the sound of your true name trembling at its edge, ready to be released into the air. Raphael's hands drip with rivers of light, pouring healing even now into the fractures that scarred you. Chamuel leans close, whispering love so fierce it sets your bones alight. Jophiel's brilliance flashes across your mind, tearing down the fog of confusion that clouded you for years. Uriel burns the ground beneath your feet into holiness, declaring it safe. Satkiel spreads vast wings of mercy over you, silencing forever the accusations that said you were not enough. Beloved, do you not sense how near heaven is? The silence around you is not emptiness. It is anticipation. All creation holds its breath, waiting for you to see, waiting for you to remember. The scroll of your destiny trembles. The final seal quakes. Soon it will fall, and the fire written with your name will blaze out for you to behold. Let me ask you now, why do you still call yourself unworthy when all of heaven has gathered to proclaim your worth? Why do you still cling to shame when my hands, scarred for you, have already broken it? Why do you still believe you are weak when your survival alone has shaken the gates of darkness? It is written, I have called you by name. You are mine. And beloved, I am speaking that over you again now. You are mine. You have always been mine. Every day of your life has been written in my book. Every detail has been etched into eternity. The cost of this calling has been heavy. You have carried pain deeper than most. You have walked roads lonelier than many could endure. You have faced storms designed to destroy you. But here you are, alive, breathing, trembling, because you cannot be erased. You are marked. You are sealed. You are chosen. Do you feel the trembling in your spirit? That is not fear. It is the breaking of chains. The heaviness on your chest is not despair. It is glory pressing in. The fire that rises inside you now is not your imagination. It is your soul awakening to who you are. Beloved, stay here. Do not turn away. The last seal is breaking. The scroll is opening. Your destiny, hidden for so long, is about to blaze before you. Mary's tears stream like rivers. Michael's sword cuts the last threads. Gabriel lifts his trumpet to release the sound creation has awaited. Raphael leans nearer with rivers of light. Chamuel whispers loved. Jophiel whispers awake. Uriel's fire burns brighter. Satkiel's mercy folds around you. And I, your Lord, with voice trembling, declare again, you are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not lost. You are chosen. You are crowned. You are mine. Now, beloved child, this is your hour. The heavens have torn open. The seals are falling. The truth cannot be hidden any longer. Do not let distraction steal this. Do not let lies pull you away. Stay. Stay until the end. Because when the scroll finally falls open, you will remember your true name. You will know your true destiny. And never again will you call yourself ordinary. Beloved, if your spirit feels the weight of this, if your soul recognizes the truth in these trembling words, then answer heaven back. Write amen. Let your amen be not just a word, but a covenant, a seal upon your own heart. And with that amen, show your agreement in light. Like and comment, so that the echo of your faith shakes even the unseen. And yes, subscribe, so that this voice will not be lost to you again. Let this be your altar, your reminder, your return to the truth that you are chosen, beloved mine. And hear me, this plea will not be repeated. It is spoken once as a holy request and never again. Now, child, breathe deep. Let the fire sink in. Let the trembling become strength. Let the unveiling continue, because the scroll is almost fully open. And soon, beloved, you will rise. Spoken in fire, in love, in eternity, only for you.